Charlie Kirk was many things: a bold defender of conservative values, a devoted father and husband, and a devout Christian whose faith was integral to everything that he did. Here he is making his case to an atheist in one of his signature debate moments.
I would argue you have a lot more faith than I do. You have a lot more blind faith to believe that everything around you, love, joy, peace, sadness, is all just a construct of neurons firing in your brain. We as Christians have hope that we are going to see our loved ones again, and that we will be in heaven, and that we will be in perfect peace, and that this is not it. In fact, there's something even better awaiting us.
Let's bring in Bishop Robert Barron, who first met Kirk 4 years ago. He is the bishop of the Diocese of Winona-Rochester. We hope and pray that Charlie Kirk is in that better place now. You knew him well. He said that faith was the most important thing in his life. How did it shape his life and his worldview?
I think in almost every way. And I think it's beautiful when you watch him in these political debates. He would occasionally just lapse into those wonderful moments of real evangelical proclamation. And he always made it clear that that was the most important thing in his life.
Jesse Waters recently sat down with Erika Kirk for an emotional interview, her first since losing her husband, Charlie Kirk. It wasn't political. It wasn't flashy. It was raw and real. Take a listen.
You wanted to see Charlie immediately and came up. Take us through that.
When we walked into that room, he had this smirk on his face. That smirk to me is that look of, you thought you could stop what I've built. You thought that you could end this vision, this movement, this revival. You thought you could do that by murdering me. You got my body. You didn't get my soul.
You could see the pain in her eyes, yet there's a grace and a quiet strength that only faith can give. And when Jesse asked Erika about having cameras inside of Charlie's assassin's trial, she said, "We deserve to have cameras in there. Why not be transparent? There's nothing to hide. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on. Let everyone see what true evil is."
The defense wants to ban cameras in the courtroom. How do you feel about that?
There were cameras all over my husband when he was murdered. There have been cameras all over my friends and family mourning. There have been cameras all over me, analyzing my every move, analyzing my every smile, my every tear. We deserve to have cameras in there. Why not be transparent? There's nothing to hide. I know there's not, because I've seen what the case is built on. Let everyone see what true evil is. This is something that could impact a generation and generations to come.
What just stood out to me wasn't just her pain, it was her resolve. It was how she carried it with gratitude, humility, and an unshakable belief that God is still good. That kind of faith that is rare in this generation, and it reveals a truth our culture doesn't like to talk about anymore. Suffering doesn't destroy faith, it refines it. And the world tells you to move on, but God sometimes says, "Be still." Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Now, Erika's story isn't about tragedy. It's about a testimony. She could have turned bitter, angry, or lost her faith like so many do. Instead, she's letting her pain point people back to Jesus, and she's living a life without fear.
Do you feel safe?
What are they going to threaten me with? Going to heaven sooner to be with my husband? And I don't say that to be reckless. I do not. I do not say that because I'm out in the streets like, here I am, come find me. And that's not at all. It's It's a fearlessness that's rooted in the understanding that I will have my day and my time, whenever that is. When the Lord knows that I've completed my mission. And I'm not afraid. Charlie wasn't afraid either. We never lived in fear. If we did, we wouldn't get anything done.
Erika Kirk says she doesn't live in fear after Charlie's assassination. And that's the truth our culture doesn't understand. Faith isn't proven when life is easy. It's proven when life breaks you and yet you can still choose to trust God anyway.
The video was everywhere. How do you process that?
I never saw the video. I never will see it. I never want to see it. There's certain things you see in your life that you can never unsee. There's certain things you see in your life that mark your soul forever. I don't want my husband's public assassination to be something I ever see. I don't want my kids to ever see that. And for people who actually enjoy watching that, which is quite literally sick, what if that was your father or your brother or your sister? There's a perspective shift there. We're human. Life is fragile. And there is so much beauty in this world. Why would you waste any portion of your life looking at something so evil?
So what's the takeaway? In a world obsessed with fame and image, Erika's story brings us back to what really matters. Love, faith, and eternal perspective. Grief will visit every one of us. The question is, when it does, what foundation will we stand on? Or what foundation will you stand on? Erika's still on the rock. Not just the headlines, not the public sympathy, no, the rock. And her courage reminds us, if you're walking through loss right now, God hasn't forgotten you. He is listening and he's writing your story. Because in the end, the greatest testimony isn't the one that goes viral. It's the one that survives the fire. Now, not every story needs outrage. Sometimes it needs reflection. And because decoding isn't just about exposing what's wrong out there, it's about restoring what's right in here, in the heart, in our hearts, in our homes, in our culture. If this episode moved you, like, share, and subscribe to Charisma Daily. And together, we're decoding truth through faith and rebuilding what the world tried to break. Remember to subscribe and share this video. Until next time, take care and bye for now.